Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a detailed review on the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup. Comes in this box. I get mine at Macy's. Oh, and by the way, my dog's in the back. This is Sky. She's a chocolate lab, so if you see her, pay no mind. But anyways, these are my favorite kind of videos to do. I love reviewing products for you guys, even more than sometimes doing tutorials and stuff, just because I know me personally, whenever I want to buy something new, I will go on YouTube and I will look and see what people are saying. I mean, obviously it comes down to each individual's skin, but for the most part you can get a general idea if the product's going to work for you or not based off of other people's reviews. For me personally, I have oily combo skin. It gets more dry in the winter, but in the summertime it's very oily. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. Alright, so let's just get into the facts of this foundation first off. I think I paid right around $40 for this. I believe it was $38 and some change, and then it rounded up to $40 with tax and things. I'll read the back of the box to you so you can see what it proclaims and lottie-lottie. Said, for all skin types, 15-hour staying power. Looks fresh and flawless through heat, humidity, non-stop activity. Won't change color, smudge, or come off on clothes. Lightweight, so comfortable, you won't believe it's long wear. Medium buildable coverage. Won't clog pores. Oil controlling, oil-free, fragrance-free. Dermatologist tested. Warning, keep out of eyes. Stop using if irritation occurs. No duh. I'm not gonna put foundation in your eyes. It's a funny thing to say. But anyways, so I'm kind of gonna go through the facts and what it proclaims, then I'm gonna tell you my personal experience based off of what they proclaim is so true. Alright, so the first thing it claims is it's 15 hours staying power. Now, I don't really agree with that. I do think it's a very long wearing foundation. Mine lasts anywhere between 10 and 12 just because of my work schedule, and that is with powdering up probably once throughout the day. Sometimes I can do without any powdering, depending on what I'm doing, especially in the winter time here when it's a lot more dry and I tend to not get as oily. So about 12 hours is what I get out of my foundation, which I still think is really, really good. It's a little shiny around my nose, which is where I first start to get oily, and then a little bit in my forehead and a little bit in my chin. But other than that, I think it's really well, but it's not 15 hours as they say. So, looks fresh and flawless through heat, humidity, and non-stop activity. I agree. I have actually, not on purpose, but just how it worked out in this makeup before, and I was a little shiny because of the sweat, but it lasted really well and it didn't look like it was breaking up or anything, so I agree with those. Won't change color. I feel like it does not exfoliate, oxidize a little bit on your skin. Not too much, not really bad, but it does get a little darker. So you might want to keep that in mind when you're buying this foundation. Won't smudge or come off on clothes. I agree with this for the most part. I have some foundations, like if I just go like this, or since I nanny, if I touch the kids on their clothes, sometimes it rubs right off on them and it drives me nuts. Lightweight and so comfortable. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a full coverage foundation, so you can feel a little bit, but it's not really heavy, which I like a lot. Medium buildable coverage. I agree with that. I think the first layer is definitely a medium coverage, and then if I have a couple blemishes or, by the way, this is not a blemish up here. I don't know if it's coming out in the camera or not, but a dog's tooth got on my nose. It like jumped up and then it got my nose on accident. But as far as my other acne, a little bit I have around here, does a pretty good job. I usually put one layer all over my face, and then if I need a couple extra coverage areas, I just dab a little bit more on that area. Won't clog pores. I actually haven't noticed that I've been breaking out from this foundation, which is huge, because I used to love the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus, and I loved it, and I went to go buy it again, and my face broke out so bad. And it wasn't like the little whiteheads, it was that cystic acne, the ones that really hurt, and so I stopped using it. Oil controlling, yes, it's definitely oil controlling, but it's not it's not too matte that it like dries your skin out. I hate that. Hate when foundations, like the Matte Velvet Plus for instance. That one, my skin was so dry and parched by the end of wearing that throughout the day. This one I don't feel like it is. Oil-free, fragrance-free. I think it's fragrance-free if you're thinking of like a floral scent, or like MAC has their lipsticks are vanilla scented. It's fragrance-free in that sense, but it does smell like chemicals. Like it's hard to describe. It's not super bad, but it definitely smells like a chemical. Yeah, keep out of eyes, which is obviously stop if irritation occurs. I didn't have one, so I didn't stop using it. But that's what this proclaims. Now, this is 1 fluid ounce, and one downside to this that I don't like is the fact that it doesn't have a pump. It's just drop, and I just put it like that in the back of my hand. I don't like it because it's not as sanitary, and it also gets messy. Like my other bottles I had, it's all foundation around the rim, and I don't like it, but I guess it's not a big enough downfall for me to not use it. And I also heard that the, was it NARS or MAC? They have like little pump tops that you can get for MAC or NARS foundations, and apparently it fits on to the Estee Lauder bottles as well. So I guess if you really wanted a pump, then you can go purchase that. As far as application goes, I'm going to insert a demo of me applying it somewhere in this video, probably right now. I prefer to use a beauty blender only because I feel like one, the beauty blender doesn't soak up any of the foundation, which I really like, and 2, it doesn't leave any lines, and I don't feel like it takes away the coverage at all. So with that being said, I prefer the beauty blender. I've tried it with the flat top kabuki from Sigma, and I felt like it left lines. Even with me just dabbing, I don't swirl it around like that. I just dab it in, and kind of when it's set, I just kind of smooth it out like that. And I feel like it doesn't get as good coverage, and it doesn't look as flawless as a beauty blender. And you could also try, I haven't tried it with Samantha Chapman, their version of the beauty blender, I forget what it's called. I have it, but I just haven't tried it. I'm sure if you were on a budget and you couldn't go get the beauty blender, that would probably work well. It doesn't set into my pores. I have big pores right here in this area, like my nose and right here. I don't find that it sets in. I do have it on with a primer today, but I don't feel like it sets in there. And my lines, like my laugh lines, I don't feel like it sets in there, or my forehead lines up here. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, yes. It's sticky if you don't powder it. Like, you know how some foundations, if you let it set, it's smooth to touch and stuff? This stays sticky, and I guess it's just because it's such a long wear. That's what I'm assuming it's from. But I personally have to set mine. If you're dry skin, maybe you can get away with it if you don't mind the stickiness. But I feel like it would transfer onto clothes if you didn't set it. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say about this foundation. I give it 2 thumbs up. I really like this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe if you aren't already. Also, I wanted to quickly mention, if you like these videos and you have some other things that you would like me to review, I would love to hear about them, because these are my favorite kind of videos to do. Like I mentioned earlier, I enjoy this sometimes even more than doing tutorials, because I feel like I know I benefit from when other people do reviews on stuff, and I feel like you guys could benefit as well, especially if you're gonna spend $40 on a foundation. It's not a cheap foundation, so if I could give you a couple pointers, I would love to do that. And like I said, if there's anything that you would personally like me to do a review on, whether it be makeup products, whether it be beauty, skincare, whatever that is, I would love to do a review on it. Just leave a comment down below and let me know what you'd like me to review. I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a great day. Bye!